If you haven't heard, recently Sorcerer Battlegrounds had an update, and if you have been keeping up, you will know what was promised. And well, we got everything aside from what was promised, and I'm here to cover it all. But with that being said, let's discuss what we saw through the leaks. Let's talk about the first thing to catch people's eye, the new maps. At first, little was known. Were these gonna be for 1v1s? Maybe a boss room? Or maybe a new main map? Who knows? This got a lot of people talking and theorizing the next update. Most who saw these leaks got excited, aside from a few. Anyways, before this, there was an update adding more moves to Shadow Sorcerer, aka Megumi, completing the main moveset. And what was told next about Megumi? Well, it wouldn't have one awakening, but two, the second one having Mahoraga. Naturally, people were excited, since Mahoraga is the best thing that Potential Man has. Especially with the quality that characters release, people got really excited. As the weeks went, we got some leaks, and well, take a look for yourself. Holy shit. Of course, that wasn't it. Allrich and the team was not done cooking. Another video surfaced showing a new UI with game modes? This truly had been a revelation, as Sorcerer Battlegrounds will no longer be a glorified combat test. This update will be great, as we get to enjoy the well-crafted combat in other ways aside from the main game and ranked. As people waited, people expected more. They had seen so much, and I would say maybe too much. But let's talk about what we actually got. First and foremost, Megumi's Awakening, and it has received 2 new moves. These moves are pretty okay looking, and let's talk about the first one, Max Elephant. It's a large AoE attack which deals a total of 37 damage. Do keep in mind, this will probably be nerfed later, as Megumi only has 2 moves with its ultimate, so let's move on. The second move is Tempest Combo. It's a grab move that you can usually get from M1 change, dealing a total of 32 damage. This move has a long windup, so don't use it randomly as it will get you punished. With this update, we also got something really surprising, Mahito's full moveset. If you don't know yet, Mahito was abandoned, leaving it unused for a while due to a dev leaving the team. Of course, the dev said that they will eventually finish Mahito, specifically after finishing Megumi. This is for many a welcome surprise. But let's quickly talk about the moves they did add. First added move is Soul Bend. You stretch your arm forward, ragdolling said person. It deals 13 damage, however, it has quite the wind up, so don't use this up close. The second move is Soul Rend, which dashes you forward and grabs the person, at the end of which it ragdolls. This deals a total of 15 damage, and it goes through block and ragdoll. The third and last move being Soul Impale. It's a grab move that is easily punishable if you miss it, so keep that in mind. This is great and all, but where is the stuff we were shown? That's what many people wonder, despite getting more than we actually could have with characters. Some people felt that they didn't get what they had been hyped up to, and that's when the problems begin. Not with the developers or the game, but with you, the player. A lot of these people who are shown the leaks expect them to be out as soon as possible. But a lot of the time, these leaks are just to communicate with the player on what they've been working on. What this leads to is unnecessary hype and high expectations, especially when updates take a while to come out. One specific thing I see mentioned is about the Gojo Mastery, and the fact that it isn't out in early access yet. I have no clue how any of these people think that seeing one move confirms that it's going to be out next update in early access, but here we are. I also want to talk about the poll I recently put up asking about the latest update, and to my surprise, most people were happy. But somehow there is about 21% of the entire poll where people are unhappy with the latest update. One issue I see brought up no matter the update is the lack of character updates. Despite getting 6 whole new moves, 1 new awakening, for people this is just not enough. In this case, the one to get the most character moves is Mahito. Despite that, people who wanted Mahito so badly are still upset. Thing is, most of these people who hate are a big portion of the actual player base. Well, if these same people constantly play the game, then why the hate? Truth is, most of the game is made of younger people, and these people have way too much free time, and then they do this. And if these same people don't want the devs to stop posting leaks, I recommend they pipe down. And if Ulrich is watching or anyone else working on the game, first of all, hey. Second of all, tell them to go back to Cursed Arena, man. Jokes aside, this has been a great update, doing the best of both worlds, where they worked on both early access characters. And once more, despite this, people are still unhappy and much rather have only one character be worked on, which just makes even less sense since they will get even less. From how it looks, people will never be happy. You either had too little or too much. Thankfully, a majority of you have common sense from what I saw in the polls, and I'm pretty sure that actually reflects a lot of the community. But let's read some of the comments you guys left. If I'm being honest, the update is cool, but I would expect more. I know that the matchmaking update is coming soon, but I would expect a lot more in terms of characters. To this I pose a question. Would you rather have a rushed update with a lot of characters and moves, or a slower, well-made update with nice visuals and overall good polishing? For me, I would rather have the polished update, but if you prefer the latter, Cursed Arena is always open, man. Next up, just took them a couple months to give Mahi the 2 new moves. Right, so a part of that is just a lie. That being the total set of moves, but as I mentioned earlier, people like this will just not be happy, even if you update what they want. And the final comment, wasn't there supposed to be like a new map and masteries or whatever? The answer is no. Whenever devs show leaks, that doesn't mean it's supposed to be out soon. As for Sorcerer, some stuff takes longer to polish as it is a small team at the end of the day. Seeing the smallest of leaks does not actually confirm anything. Unless Reg or one of the admins actually confirms a date, it's probably not true. Also, I want to mention a guy named Jocode Sorcerer. He's a YouTuber who posts Sorcerer related content, and recently he's been in a scandal. If you don't know, he recently just straight up lied in one of his videos about quote unquote leaks. So stuff like this, keep in mind. You shouldn't trust YouTubers unless they show actual evidence. Same goes for me. Don't take everything I say seriously, as I am wrong sometimes, I know, crazy. But as for Jocode Sorcerer, don't trust him. It always pays off to be skeptical of most YouTuber quote-unquote leaks or overall info outside of Ulrich. But do tell me in the comments, have you been a victim of being overhyped? I know certainly I have, so tell me about your experiences. My next video will be about Jujutsu Shenanigans. If you haven't heard, it's recently a game that has come out and it is really popular. But with that, I'll see you in the next one. Well, while you're still here, next week there's going to be a tournament, so keep an eye out for that. I might also try live streaming, so keep an eye out for that as well. Anyhow, here's this funny clip I have.
Get him. Nice.
Oh!